All right, everybody. Today's outdoor adventure, we are at CRYSTAL Vista. Never been here before. Never attempted it before. For those of y'all who don't know me personally, a few years back in 21, I became very ill. I had pneumonia in both lungs, sepsis, and COVID. Well, I wound up in a coma for 6 or 7 weeks, wound up in ICU for another 6 or 7 weeks. When I got out of the hospital, was unable to walk. I was unable to use my right arm and hand. And I'd lost a lot of weight. I had every muscle in my body had atrophied. So it took me probably 6 months to learn to walk, about a year or so to learn to use my arm and hand again. And I still don't have full function in it. Sometimes you'll notice that in some of the videos. But the point I make in saying all this is the fact that I am out here attempting this hike up this 1 mile trail to the top of this mountain to see if we can find some crystals. So we're going to see if I make it. Who knows? If I make it, you'll see more of this. If not, well, you may never see it at all. But it's worth a shot. So I'll keep you posted along the way up the hill. All right. Well, the fat man made it up the hill after I laid on the ground like a gelatinous blob for about a half an hour once I got here. But 10 or 15 minutes into the search, and I have found me a little pocket that somebody else abandoned. It's full of tiny little clear ones. Oh, and they are sharp. I've already cut myself and bleeding out on the side here. But we don't have a whole lot of sunlight left, but I am going to try and dig out as many as I can. There's a real nice one right here. I don't know if it's on a cluster or what, but I'm trying to dig around it. It's a pretty good size if I can get all this other out of the way. Can't tell much about this one here, Angie. There's a lot of busted up stuff in here. Last person was really rough on this pocket.
It's gonna be a good size.
Yeah, but they really beat some of these.
But it does have a bunch of smooth surfaces on it.
But anyhow, let me try and get this little cluster out and see what I can do, if it's a cluster. Right now I see one good solid point. Looks like it's about as big around as a dime, maybe a nickel. And I'll get back with you once I get it out. Alright. So this is my little pocket. Let's see if the camera's a little hard to focus. But as you can see, it's pretty well loaded. This is a lot of red clay. There's a nice one right here. I think that's going to be part of a cluster, but I don't know. They keep falling off as I'm removing clay. There's one. See the little bit of shine. Don't have a lot of room down in this hole. You'll understand why as you look around. I am actually in a hole. That's my son's feet, about 4 feet above me. But just giving y'all a little peek of what I'm going through to get these out of here. Sun's going down fast, but I think I can work it till dark. I got an extra battery. And I think I'm going to get some out of this hole. There's a nice one right there. But boy, somebody was rough on the hole. It sure was. I've already pulled out 6 or 7 of them, but a lot of them have been broken off where it looked like somebody took a sledgehammer and a big chisel. You can see the score marks right there on the wall where they were trying to open this up. And they just shattered a lot. I mean, you can see right there on the quartz in the wall. They were a bit aggressive. So, probably not going to be the best quality. But I am going to get something out of this mine and out of this hole. So, onward we shall go.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just a little flake. It's not broken because where I'm at now has never been touched. But I did pull out this funky little thing. It's definitely got some potential. Look at that. There you go. Take that up there and throw it in the bag. Let me use my little multi-tool looking thing here. Oh, what's this? Not a fully formed one. Okay. Oh, same thing. There's a lot of this stuff here. But it's down here in the muds where the good stuff is. Use this and twist it around, break some of this mud up. What do we got here? I don't know, there's something clear there. Throw it up there, we'll take a look at it after it gets cleaned up. Yeah, there's some more stuff in there, but boy, this mud sure does pack in tight. I got 2 different kinds of mud here. Over on my left, on this side, I got red clay. Over here, I've got white clay mixed with the quartz host. Not quartz host, you got the sandstone back over here, but you got the plain quartz vein running through here. And a lot of this stuff just crumbles, just falls apart. Right there you can see, just falls out. But down in this red clay is where I'm finding the midnight black spots that when you dig them out, they are just absolutely clear. The spots you can see anyhow. And I think I have just found another one, but it's going to require a little bit of digging, and I don't want to bore y'all with that. So let me get a little closer to it, or let me get it out, and I'll get back with you. Alright, I want to show y'all something. I've been working on it for about 20 minutes. Look right there. That thing is missing the point. Man, I wish it wasn't, though. It runs all the way under this piece. It goes back up into that wall right there. And it's every bit as big around as, say, a tangerine. It is huge, and it is crystal clear. I just can't get it to come loose. I'm going to keep digging around it, though. Just in the hopes that I can, because digging around it, I've already found 3 or 4 little points that were just kind of laying in the mud around it. So who knows, maybe we'll be able to get it loose. Look at how clear that is. You can see the spots just through the mud. I mean, you can see tips missing off of it, but it's got mud packed around it. It's been missing off of it for a long time. So all right, let's get at it and see what we can find out. All right. Well, got me a pretty decent amount. Dreading that hike back down this hill. But, as out of shape as I am, if I can do it, anybody can make this trip. Now, granted, they say it only takes about 25, 30 minutes to get up there. No, not for a fat guy, it don't. Takes quite a bit longer for a fat man to get up that hill. And a few breaks along the way. And at least a bottle of water. Especially when you're coming up the hill like I am today, when it was 100 degrees when I got out of the car. So, just keep all that in mind if you decide to come out here. Now, there's a lot of area to dig out here. A lot. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of rock too. Solid rock. I scouted around quite a bit out here through the dirt. You got the options to sift through the dirt and everything else. I didn't seem to find anything in the dirt. Not just sifting around. I mean, there was a few surface finds. Nothing in comparison to actually getting down in the holes, getting down in the wall, and trying to find a pocket. If you get lucky and can find a pocket out here, you're going to have a really good day. The specimens are clear. They can range from the tiniest point, in most instances out here, up to quarter, $half size, and clear, you know. But that's in a pocket. Out on the surface, most of it is milky. I would suggest going to the very tip top and going over the wall, which is where I'm at now, and looking for your pocket in the rocks, in the rock ledges and along there. But like I say, it can be done, and overall, it's not a bad place. If you can make the walk, which I honestly think you could. Anybody can, if I can, like I said earlier. Bring the right tools. Bring you a nice small pick. One with a good hammer end on it as well. And a chisel. And definitely some sort of screwdriver or small prying tool, because if you do get down into a pocket, you're going to need it. The pockets are small. A large pocket out here may be the size of a cantaloupe. So you're going to need something to reach up in there and pry the mud around. I would highly recommend gloves, as I've got about 12 open wounds from not wearing my gloves today, as I left them down at the bottom of the hill. Other than that, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So here shortly, for me it won't be shortly, but for you it'll be instantaneous. I'm going to get them cleaned up, and we'll go over what all we have. So I'll see you when I get back to the house and get them all cleaned up. Alright, so we are back at it. You'll have to excuse the dirty setup here. I got crystals laid out on one of my rockhound towels, so it's a little stained with red mud, but just sitting here going through them after we got them cleaned up, and getting ready to put a few of them in a purchase box as a sample of what we collected from this particular location. Some of these, you can see, turned out rather white. Or some of them had some size to them that have been whole, and I would have been super happy with things like that. But feel like you busted up things. I told you I busted myself up pretty good not wearing gloves, especially that thumb. Look at that piece right there. That's pretty unique. This right here is the pile of stuff that will most likely be given away or traded. Let's get that label out of there. Little clear piece right there. Got something in there. We ain't quite figured it out. You can see it real good through this side. It's not on the back side. It's not on the front. Whatever it is, it's inside. These over here are the pieces we decided we're going to keep for ourselves. Crap, box out of the way there. Now, they have some shape. This one right here had a unique point to it. It just went straight back. A little slope here on the side, but not much. Pretty decent size. This one I was really, really impressed with. Had some size. See, it was growing up against something else there. Got a fracture. Runs all the way through, but it's pretty solid. Look at that point. That point is something else. See, and this one's the same way. They have even come out of the same cluster of crystals. See how it's got that funny little notch right there where it was leaned up against another one. These over here are probably some of our most spectacular pieces. Got a little damage right there. But decent size, little piece of cluster. Still needs quite a bit of cleaning. Got a fairly average size point coming out the back. A lot of small ones up here on the front. That green stain you see is because I left it overnight. You know, solid gas. You leave it too long, and you get a chance of it turning green. This one was alright. It's got a broke tip right there, you can see. A couple little points here. These are pretty unique. This one actually grew this flat on the side, which is kind of weird. This one, see if I can get the camera right to show it. There it is. Look at that rainbow. Right there. It's got it in several other places throughout it as well. Right up there. Let's see. Well, you get the point. That one's got some rainbow in it. This one I'm pretty impressed with, though. Let's back up a little bit. It's got a tabby right there. A tabby growing through the back. This is broke on this corner. Big piece of tabby there. The whole thing is just tabby points all over it. A lot of them are damaged on this side. You know, there's a few. A little bit better view of the back, but cluster of tabbies, you can't ever go wrong there. You know, I only found a few loose tabbies in that whole pocket I was digging in. Some of this stuff had to be chiseled off of the vein, you know. You can see a little bit of chiseling mark in here where we had to hit it pretty hard to get it to come loose. But overall, I'd say wasn't too bad of a haul, if I do say so myself. So, what do you guys think? I mean, this right here made the trip for me. You know, just these few on this side. Well, I enjoyed this outdoor adventure, and I hope you did too. And I look forward to seeing you on our next outdoor adventure.